button. Chat, we're ready to go when you are. Okay, welcome to this city council meeting. And do you have an agenda? Planning board, sorry. I was reading something like on there. Well, I was reading Mike's thing of his script that he has here. Sorry about that. City council meeting, planning board meeting. So now I'm like really on it.
Still summer.
I'm on vacation too, so I'm like really not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Item number 1 is approval of the July 8th meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? And I'll abstain, and I don't care.
Abstain as well.
2 abstentions.
Item number 2, disclosure of conflict of interest. Any planning board members have a conflict with any of the votes that they will take tonight? Hearing none. Item number 3, New Beginnings Church is requesting final plan review for 6,000 square foot youth building at 392 Main Street. Welcome.
Hello, how are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. My name's Chris Harrington. I was here a couple months ago. We talked about building a new youth building at our church because our existing youth building right now is getting old and full. And we just need a new youth building for the teenagers. Here it is right here that we're looking to build. 6,000 square foot youth building. And we just are looking for your approval.
Okay, any questions?
Sam, your mic's not on.
Any questions for Mr. Harrington?
Hey, Chris.
Hey,
So, did you see the message from the fire chief and?
I did, about the entrance
Yeah.
for the fire trucks, yep. So nothing's changing for us on the property except location of where the youth building is.
Sure.
So it's not really, we've never had an issue with ambulances or fire trucks getting in there, but we have talked about if we do need to expand the drive a little ways, we can. But it hasn't been an issue in the past. So I did read that, and
Yeah, I guess that was my, that was my biggest thing, because we could certainly word in the findings, that you basically, whatever the fire department says is what would be approved. So if they approve less than 20 feet, okay, but
Yep.
if not, then it would be contingent on meeting whatever they're okay with.
yeah, that would make sense. My senior pastor's here, Pastor Allen, yes, we're very flexible, so,
Yeah.
yeah,
We do have tractor trailers that go back there, by the way.
yeah,
Yeah,
So, but.
yeah, it's whatever makes them happy.
Not 20 feet, but
Yeah.
yeah.
we may have to make it 20 feet anyways because of church.
Exactly. So we might be expanding on our own anyway, but that's not a deal breaker. So,
Yep.
and it's, if they do want that before it's finally approved,
Yep.
after we build that, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I think that was the only item that I saw that was
Yeah.
worth discussion.
Thank you, David.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the plan. Oh, we have to do findings and facts?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one, that's the.
Oh, that's mine?
The notes.
All right, I'll take that one back.
Okay.
Okay. We'll go through, do you have a copy of this in front of you?
I do not.
Okay. Then I will just,
Here, I can give you.
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
So we just read each number and you say true or false.
Sorry,
You're gonna do it, Randy?
I'm good at saying true and false.
Okay. So,
Been
New
trained.
Beginnings Youth Building, address of property, 392 Main Street. Item number 1, the development will not will not result in undue water or air pollution on or off-site.
True.
Item number 2, sufficient water available for the reasonable foreseeable needs of the development.
True.
Item number 3, development will not cause unreasonable soil erosion or reduction of capacity of the land to hold water.
True.
Item number 4, the development will not cause unreasonable highway or public road congestion.
True.
Item number 5, sorry, that was 4. The development will provide adequate solid waste disposal.
True.
Item number 6, the development will not cause unreasonable burden on the ability of the municipality to dispose of sewage.
True.
Item number 7, the development will not have an undue adverse effect on the scenic or natural beauty of the area.
True.
Item number 8, the development is in conformance with zoning.
True.
Item number 9, the developer has an adequate financial and technical capacity to meet the above stated standards.
True.
And then, as Dave had mentioned, the conditions that are in there are around the fire departments.
Yeah, I'd like to propose that we change the third bullet. It currently reads, "The proposed gravel driveway shall meet or exceed NFPA 118.2.3 and be at least 20 feet wide and shall support the imposed loads of Waterville Fire Department fire apparatus." I would just propose that we say 20 feet wide or less as approved by Waterville Fire Department.
Okay. A motion to amend that. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Now, this,
Yeah.
the only thing, it's not gravel, it is actually paving right now. I think you said gravel.
It does say gravel in
It's
the,
definitely not
It does.
gravel. It
Right.
was gravel for years.
okay.
Oh.
Many years.
Right. And I would just make another note on that, not that I want to change what you've done, that's a good proposal. There isn't a second entrance, so that's one of the conversations that we'll have. There are two,
Right.
the primary one is like 14 feet wide, it's just on the north side. The building that you see out by the road is essentially what looks like white on the screen is the barn, current youth building, and out in front of that kind of grainy is the parsonage. So that's the main entrance right now. So that's where most of the traffic goes in and out, and it is a little bit limited, 14 feet wide. There is a second entrance/exit on the south side of the barn. So we'll talk with the fire chief to see if something can be worked out with that or do the widening as he requested.
Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor of Dave's amended bullet point? Okay, unanimous. Good, Dave?
Yep.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the findings and facts as amended.
So moved.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
We'll give it to he. He was like really trying. All those in favor? All right, opposed? None.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Randy, do you have plans that you need us to sign for that, or?
I don't. What I'll do is once Ann sends me the finding of facts, I'll add that to the plans and then sign it next meeting or whatever works out for you folks.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Any of you guys?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Randy.
Hello, back again.
Item number 4, New England Rent to Own LLC is requesting informal pre-application review for Phase 2 of Rolling Meadows subdivision.
All right, trying to get to the right file here. Oh, you know what's going on. I think I opened the wrong file. Give me just a moment, please. I thought I had both of those in one drawing, but I don't. All right, so by way of introduction, this is on Webb Road. The project name is Rolling Meadows Phase 2, and probably the best way to introduce it, if you look at the plans down in the lower right, just above the title block, you'll see a notes there in a couple of paragraphs, and I'll just read through that, and I'll give you a good background for those that are not familiar with the project. Phase 1 of this subdivision, consisting of lots 1 through 6, was approved by the Waterville Planning Board under ownership of LA Properties, so that was a previous owner, LLC, on February 21st, 2023. The land was subsequently sold to New England Rent to Own, LLC, prior to any development. Phase 1 includes the proposed wet pond for fire protection and stormwater treatment and detention, and I'll show you with, something just, oh, puppies, how can we go wrong? You have to approve. So the wet pond is here. You may remember if you were around a couple years ago. So essentially, Phase 1 is these 6 lots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 along the Webb Road itself. So those really don't require much of anything for infrastructure. You know, the driveways will connect straight to Webb Road, except for lots 1 and 2, we have potential that will connect those off this proposed road. So Phase 1 is essentially just to build this road in for just far enough to get lots 1 and 2 in. But as part of this Phase 1, because we're not on the water system, the public water supply system, there's no fire hydrants within 1,500 feet. So part of the plan behind this was to do a combination, a wet pond, which is going to serve for stormwater treatment, but it will also serve for fire protection. So that's part of what we've talked about with the fire chief and so forth, and gotten approval for that. So it hasn't been constructed yet. So far, the only thing that has been done on the lot, a couple of years ago under the previous owner, I believe it was Lot 5, that was just partially, they cut in a driveway and started to do a little work, but then kind of gave up on it. But the current owner has set up a double wide here. It's kind of a model home. So he's kind of gone back and forth. Originally, when we met, I think it was last spring, he was still under the plan to sell the lots individually. Remember, we had an amendment to allow mobile homes, and that was kind of spurred at the time by a lady that was interested in a lot, and she wanted to put up a double wide. Well, under the rules that we had, that wouldn't have allowed that. So that's part of the reason that we came back to request allowing mobile homes. So he set up a model mobile home here now. The latest conversation I had with him a month or two ago was that he may develop these himself as some form of mobile home, whether they're single wides or double wides, and then either sell or lease them. So that's lots 1 through 6, which you've already approved. So getting back to that note now, just to read through the rest of so under that first paragraph, under that note, the water supply is by private wells, and sanitary sewers connected to the sewer main on Webb Road. So each one of those individual lots would have a typical sewer service connection out to the street. Now, Phase 2 is a little bit different as far as infrastructure, because we've got to build a road, plus we've got to build sewer mains and a pump station and so forth to handle all of that. So that's what the second paragraph just above the title block. Phase 2 consists of lots 7 through 14. Water supply will still be by private wells, but the sanitary sewers to be collected by sewer mains and pumped to the sewer main on Webb Road. Part of the reason that we're kind of coming in before we've got much done on Phase 1 is because there's still quite a bit of permitting work. Apart from getting permits through you folks, we have to get a stormwater management permit through Maine DEP because of having more than 1 acre of impervious area once we start into Phase 2. So Phase 1 stayed below that threshold. Phase 2 will get above that threshold. So we've got it takes us a few months to get through that permitting process. So we kind of like to get that ball rolling in through the winter, get that permitting done, and hopefully continue to progress through the planning board here as well. Probably what we'll have is we've got this wet pond already designed and planned for. I think he'll be starting on that pretty soon. And that's serving both for detention and also for treatment to remove contaminants and so forth. So it serves a double purpose. Another thing to note that's a little unique about this property is that it's basically a 17-acre field is what it is. It's just west of the Countryside or Village Green Mobile Home Park. There are two zones, and you can see if you look in the plans on the lower left, you'll see a table that tells what the lot requirements are for each zone. So we've got RB, that's the lots that are out by the street. You'll see on the plan, you'll see the line that says Zone RB and Zone RR. So those first 6 lots are all in RB, which is a 10,000 square foot lot size. Phase 2 will be mostly in rural residential RR, which is 20,000 square feet. So even though some of the lots are partial, they kind of straddle the line, we're providing 20,000 square feet for those lots as well. So essentially, in fact, as I look at the plan now, even the first phase, as I look at those lot sizes, all of those are 20, the smallest one is Lot 1 at 20,000 square feet. So even the first phase would meet the requirements for rural residential. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions for Randy? Go ahead, Cassie.
So I believe this says, I'm just making sure that we are adhering to the number 2 on the residential lots, covenants and restrictions. All residential structures and associated garages must be placed on a permanent foundation,
Right,
correct?
yes.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Right, which could consist of a slab, would meet that criteria in the case of a mobile home.
Other questions? Is there public water there?
No, there's not,
So
no. we'll get
are they gonna have, the lot's gonna have individual wells?
Well,
or-
I think that's the plan right now.
Okay.
That's up in the air. There is potential, and depending on how it's developed, there is some economy if you can combine multiple wells, but that always becomes an ownership issue too, right?
Right.
If you're selling the lots, then, people don't necessarily like to have a combined well, so I think the intent right now is is private wells. But that, if things change, we'll keep you posted on
Okay.
that.
Have there been any issues like trying to do the wells out there with the water quality at all?
They have, I don't believe they've done any out there yet. They've got,
But in other areas out there though, right?
the other project that we had was out on the 8 Rod Road, and I actually haven't heard any issues, so
Aren't there other homes on Webb Road though?
well, I haven't, yes,
okay.
yes, there are, but I'm nothing that we've been involved with.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
thought
no.
that part of the Rick Breton's first part, he had some,
Yeah, we did some.
like 2 or 3, just to.
Yeah, there are, we had done some study on it. I guess I can resurrect that letter. One of my coworkers had done some study on it, and I'll get that letter for next time that we meet to get you up to speed on that.
Yeah. I just know that might be something that could be a bit of a
Right,
problem.
right,
And change the cost significantly.
right, right,
Lot.
yes.
Is the Mitchell Road anywhere near your development?
No, it must not be, because I'm not familiar with it.
It comes off the Webb Road.
It's on. His mic's on.
Yeah, it must be.
But here.
It must be,
Okay.
it must be a little further up. Okay, yes, I see it on the
It's-
plans, actually.
yeah,
If you look at the upper right corner of your plan, you'll see a little sketch plan there. So we're toward the river from that.
How far does that go in? I was always curious as to why it hasn't connected to KMD.
Mitchell Road?
Yeah.
I don't know. Isn't that headed toward the airport? I would guess.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk after the meeting. I have some information on that.
Top secret. I won't listen, I promise.
Oh, top secret.
Yeah.
Other questions for Randy?
I mean, not really a question. I'll just point it out. There have been a lot of underground water studies in the past in this area. Most of the underground water that's in this area is coming from the airport area. So there could be a concern of PFAS contamination.
Right, and I know we've raised that before.
Yeah, so,
Right.
but it's very slow-moving water underground that passes through the airport area first, so.
It's not far from West River Road, though, so if city water is on West River, right? That part of West River?
Right, yes,
It's
yeah.
So-
Yeah,
in
it's a-
countryside, right?
Yeah. It is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep,
Kind
it's
of.
in countryside as well, so I suppose that if it becomes a major issue, it
It
wouldn't
might be worth exploring.
Right.
Yeah.
We did explore tying the sewer system in, which would make sense. And when it was still under ownership, when everything was under ownership of Rick Breton, that was kind of the route that we were headed. But in talking with, it's just gone, John, who's with the Waterville Sewers District? JJ. I didn't know this. John. Yeah. They very much frown on having two private systems tied together. In other words, it all sounds good to start out with, everybody's in agreement and so forth, so if this system were to tie into the mobile home park system, but who knows what 50 years brings, the mobile home park goes belly up or whatever, who knows what kind of issues would be. So he was pretty insistent that we not go that direction. So that's kind of what we've got designed, is for the sewer system to pump back out. The lay of the land is it all slopes away from the road. So those first 6 lots are high enough still that we can get them out to Webb Road. But as you get going down the field, you're losing elevation. So we'll have to pump back out to the road. So that's the intent at this point.
And there's no concern that developing in this field could impact drainage in like the countryside park anymore?
Well, that's part of what your ordinance requires,
Right,
that
no,
that
no.
pre-development, that post-development does not exceed pre-development flow. So
Yeah.
that's part of the reason we'll be putting in some stormwater measures, is to mitigate that. The wet pond will take care of part of that, those first 5 or 6 lots, and then we'll have to do other measures as we get studying this out. Well, I'm sure we'll have something else, whether it's under drain soil filters or more wet ponds or some combination thereof. You'll see, as you look at that spur road that I've got, lot kind of on the south side of the parcel, between lots 13 and 14, you'll see that I've got another, just kind of roughly scoped out another under drain soil filter, just as kind of a placeholder for now. Again, that may change as we get looking into it further, but we know that we've got to do something
Yeah,
to
it might be
mitigate that.
helpful just to be extra detailed in the presentation of that in
Sure.
case there are concerns from
Sure.
the neighbors.
Yep.
I know that drainage has been an issue
Right, for sure. Yep,
since the solar farm, like everything, so.
right. Yep.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none. Any other?
I'm good. All right. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion to, yeah, so moved.
Okay, second. All those in favor?